Alright, we're back again for the last part of the video, the Shaper himself. Now that we've beaten all his guardians, we have all 4 fragments of the Hydra, Chimera, Minotaur, and Phoenix. So we'll finally be able to access the Shaper's realm. Let's go and enter his realm. So the Shaper is one of the 2 endgame bosses in Path of Exile, and probably the one I have the most difficulty fighting. And you'll see somebody, if you've played the game, you'll see a familiar face when we go to fight him. So I'm gonna swap to Sword Projectile. So I'm not gonna take too much time. I'm gonna give you an overview of what it's like to fight him. First of all, in this map there are 4 corners. Each corner houses one of the bosses from one of the random maps you've done in the past. Not the low tier bosses, but definitely one of the high tier bosses like Rigwold or Dominus or I think Shock and Horror, then the fire version of Shock and Horror, and some other bosses might spawn. I think the Gladiator person too is very common here as well. So there's like a small pool of bosses who will be in each of the 4 corners. I think Merveil too. But yeah, each of the act bosses and some of the other mini bosses here and there. So you beat all 4 and you get to fight the first form of Shaper, the first stage of Shaper. You beat him and he will teleport you out. You go, you beat one of his tiny guardians here, I forgot the name. You go to his second stage. Second stage will be the first stage plus I think he adds an additional mechanic. You deal with that new additional mechanic and he teleports you out again, and you go through another map until you reach another guardian. You beat that guardian and you fight the final form of Shaper himself with another mechanic added just to make the game much harder. This map, there is no way for you to adjust anything. It's 4 fragments, so you can't really craft the map, so you're stuck doing the same thing every single time. And yeah, so you beat the Shaper. The mechanics are really complicated. You'll see he has like a portal phase, he has ads that spawn, he has a lot of crap we're gonna have to do. But for now, we just have to fight the bosses. We'll get to that as we can. So seeing from the greenery, I'm guessing this is going to be Rigwold. Who's gonna be the first one? The first Shaper map I actually ran, I ended up dying to him because of his bleed. You have to be very careful with the bleed. And I'm gonna just turn on my map, my flask, because I don't want to die to him randomly. To do random bleed or whatever effect. So this one looks like it might be the goddess who we have to fight next. Here's the goddess herself. Let's beat the goddess. Yeah, the bosses are not too hard for me. This build is very well optimized for fighting Shaper, but I still managed to flunk it a couple of times. I think I flunked an entire Shaper set once after I got good at fighting Shaper. Before that, I flunked it multiple times. This is gonna be Piety. Just find Piety. I mean, most of you have already done this a million times. Where is she? There she is. Be careful of her ice form. Yeah, just stay away from ice. Ice is really dangerous in this game. You don't want to be CC'd. Fire is fine. You see her go fire form, that's no problem. And that's done. And that's 3 bosses down. Huh, this one, I think it's Calm. It looks like it's Calm kind of themed area. Yeah, Calm. So let's go beat Calm. Here's his Leap Slam, and he's dead. So here it is, the first area of Shaper. I'm actually pretty nervous. And here's Zana to help you out. This is the fight.
The nexus of nothingness.
Also, spoiler alert if you haven't played the game. What's gonna happen in the second stage. So this is his most dangerous attack, his Kamehameha beam, and also his teleport ability. So when you see him teleport away, he's gonna teleport on top of you and use a huge slam that has a high chance of one-shotting you. So after that, he does his laser beam Kamehameha attack, which is a lot of damage. You just sidestep that and you beat him up. Now he's done his portal phase, where he's just activates his portal. There's the slam, and I'll get to that thing. Oh, yeah, I'll get to that, explaining what those orbs are later on. So that's the first stage done. So if you let Zana die during the portal phase, she's not going to be able to protect you for when the next mechanic of Shaper is added. Right now it was just portal, slam, laser beam, Kamehameha, whatever that was, and what else? Something else. I think, oh, those orbs. Those orbs are basically gonna be there and follow you, and if they touch you, they become a huge AoE degen area, and that does a ton of damage. Now, this area, each time you beat one of Shaper's phases, he's gonna teleport to you to a different area of the map, and to a different map, and he's gonna heal in that time. So you have to clear the area as fast as you can and beat his Guardian. Once you beat his Guardian, I think he stops healing. So yeah, just clear as fast as you can. Don't need to clear everything. Just have enough for flasks and charges and get to his Guardian. Shaper isn't really that hard, but his drops are pretty good. He's hard if you don't know the mechanics and if you don't have good clear speed or damage. So this is the uncreated. His slam does a lot of damage, but I can tank through it, so it's no big deal for me. And just keep hitting him. He's not that hard. Done. But yeah, he stopped healing. Now we can go fight him one more time. And oh my god, spoiler alert. It's Zana's dad.
Why would you do this?
I mean, nobody expected that to happen. So I'm gonna go and tank through his laser beam attack. Do not try this at home. Unless you have insane damage, it's gonna be very, very difficult to survive that. Next is his new mechanic. This has been added to the second phase, where he's gonna split and do Toho, give you his best Toho impression, and then he's gonna come out and attack you with one of his abilities. So it's that ability does a lot of damage if you don't know. Oh, that was pretty fast. I managed to clear through his second stage. That went faster than I expected. It usually isn't that bad. Okay. So I flame dash through that area. Gonna skip through most of these mobs. They don't really drop anything either. But anyway, Shaper has good drops. I have done him like 20 times and I have not gotten a single good drop yet. Maybe this time I'll get lucky. I have not found his axe or the flask. I had to buy the flask. Every time I keep getting the useless boots and the useless gloves, but let's see. A flask is worth a lot of money. Like a decent chunk of money, so hopefully I'll get a flask. If not, what the hell. The best you can do. I think it's over here. Where's the... This is the unshaped. So, oh, this is like a much more dangerous version of the uncreated, but again, I have enough damage. I should be able to one-shot him unless I get really unlucky. Oh wow, that really almost killed me. Okay.
The end is the beginning. It must
and yeah, you have to make sure Zana survives, or else you're gonna be in a lot of trouble. If Zana dies during the portal phase, you're gonna... she's not gonna be able to protect you with her bubble when Shaper does his Toho form, and if you can't dodge the Toho form, you're in a lot of trouble. The Toho form does a ton of damage, but this is the third phase. I have Culling Strike. I have to make sure that does not spawn somewhere. Uh-oh. Okay. So let's see where he's gonna pop. Okay. Oh, yeah, this is not good. I need to get out of there. Also in the third phase, he creates a clone of himself who will have all the attacks that he does. So it's really, really sketchy. But I managed to clear him. And he dropped the gloves. And you can see him, his death animation. Poor Zana.
I'm so sorry, Father.
I made her kill her dad so many times. Goodbye. And that's that. Shaper. Next up, I'll probably be doing Uber at Siri if you guys are still interested, but that's gonna be a long video. But yeah, Shaper, dropping useless Crusader gloves every single time. Hope you guys enjoyed and maybe learned something, which you could have done in a different video, but you wanna watch me. I shouldn't really complain, but then again, I'm not getting paid for this. Alright, bye-bye.